Good evening, class. I am Cleveland Jackson, and I want to talk to you today about trends in leadership. Since I'm a middle school teacher, I want to talk about the different trends that the leaders have had that I've experienced. I've been at a middle school that I'm currently at for 4 years, and in those 4 years, I've had three different head principals. The first principal I had 4 years ago, he was a strict disciplinarian, and he believed in doing things the old-fashioned way. He backed up the teachers. He was no nonsense, and he made the students toe the line. And as a result of that, our school became a successful school for the first time in a long time, where since we started testing. And he decided to retire when we went to the strict Common Core, because he didn't necessarily agree with it, so he decided it was time. And we got a new principal, and when he came in, he decided his philosophy and his trend was he liked for the kids to govern themselves. And as you can imagine, that didn't turn out too well. And our test scores fell dramatically, and the teacher morale was low, at an all-time low. I even thought about getting out of teaching totally. That just didn't work out. I didn't agree with him, and as a matter of fact, I was in educational leadership, and I decided to change my master's degree to agriculture. That was the effect that had on me from experiencing that type of leadership trend. The current administrator that I have now, she's a strong disciplinarian, but she's very open-minded, and she trends toward technology. Everything she does is technologically sound, and she's real up to date. The last leaders we had, the last principals I had, they weren't really big on teachers. They felt if you were behind your desk, you weren't teaching. This principal, the current principal, she is one that if you're not checking your emails, then you're not up to date with what's going on, because she'll send an email to you, and if she finds something that she feels is helpful, and if something happens, she's going to shoot it to you immediately so that you can use it, or so that you be up to date, up to speed on everything that's going on within the school or within the surrounding. And she's also a person that's implemented a lot of things like Twitter and Facebook, and as far as updating our extracurricular activities and keeping the community involved in the things that we do. Now, she, as I said, her discipline is much more stricter than the gentleman that felt that students should be able to govern themselves. But I don't think she is backed up too much by the district administration as far as being strict, because whenever you have an elected person or people are depending on other people to vote them in, they're going to kind of be lenient on how strict they treat these other people's children, no matter what they do. But those are the differences. We had a strict disciplinarian, and that's the trend I like the most. Then we had the gentleman that felt that students should be able to govern themselves, and he didn't feel that disciplining a child was the answer. He felt like adults should try to figure out why the child acted the way they act. And now we have this lady who is, I would say, she's outstanding, because she brings out the best in you, and she will back you up in public, and she will also get you up to speed when you're in private. But she's advanced the school technically, and she is just an outstanding person. So the three administrators I've had have used different trends, and I say, for the most part, the one with the strict disciplinarian, his was the best. I like my new administrator, but I'm kind of old school, so that's why I lean toward him. But I think in the end, my current administrator will see the same success as my first one. And that'll be it.